We are back yucking ball. Is there a new best team in baseball? Trevor's calling a team dead. He didn't tell me that, but I think we should. Let's talk some ball. Dodgers Yanks this weekend? Trev's on the road?
Wait, hold on.
Okay. Are you a hitter or a pitcher? Oh, you're a pitcher, okay.
Hunter Green fastball.
Cal Raleigh, dude. Go get it. Get it.
He'd be hitting lefty, but okay.
It's a mirror effect. Hello and welcome to Talking Baseball. Get ready, people. We are hot. Trev, I haven't heard the standings in a week because of Memorial Day. So the standings have changed, I'd assume. Get ready to hear Trevor Plouffe share them with you guys coming up. A little tease, some awards, some standouts. We're doing it all today. Trevor is road dogging it. He's on the call tonight for your Minnesota Twins. How you doing, big dog?
I'm doing great. Yep, I'm on the road in the hotel room. I did make my bed behind me, but now the shot is so zoomed in that it doesn't even matter. So I have to remember that for Monday. Things are good. I'm excited to call my first game. It's been a while. It's my first one of the year, so I'm expecting a little bit of rust. But maybe I'll just come out shining. Little oil can on the voice, get it going. Little hot tea right before I hop on the mic. Usually what I do. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm saying right now. I'm excited to yuck ball with you.
Sometimes I have that with golf, like first round of the year, no expectations, that like you actually kind of let it eat a little more and you play a good round. You're going to be great tonight. The people of Minnesota have no idea how lucky they are. I look horrible.
I feel like I'm lucky.
I commented this right before we got started. I'm not sure what's happening with my hair. That's been happening for a little while now. The other thing that's in my head, and I've got Rob's here and Molly's in the room, I was wearing a pullover shirt that's now on the ground. And the shirt I put on, it looks like I got hit by a truck. What the hell? I know you can't see it too well there, but it looks like I actually got ran over.
Like,
I don't know, bro.
Is it stain?
There's like a tire track in a little hole. Like, I'm wondering if I got hit on the way here. So that's where I'm at a little bit. No better time. Dude, Dodgers Yanks this weekend is actually kind of sick. Like, dude, the 3 MVPs, 3 MVP things is really cool. We don't do a ton of preview on here, but everyone stay up late this weekend. Let's have a baseball weekend. Basketball's almost done. Hockey's almost done. And on Friday, we start out with some National League. And I think this team has an argument for the best team in baseball. How about your Philadelphia Phillies? They take 2 out of 3 from the Braves. Check out where the Braves are still in the standings. And man, they got another blow. AJ Smith-Shawver, IL looking like TJ. That's none of Phillies fans' business right now, because Ranger Suarez is back, shutting teams out. They win the second game 5-4 to win the series. Chris Sale saves the Braves, and he's setting historic strikeout records because he's Chris Sale. The Brewers sweep. Are they back, or are the Red Sox dead? What is going on in the Commonwealth? L5 for the Red Sox. The Brewers get back on track. A pair of walk-offs. Yelly with the walk-off salami. I bet, pal. And then they do it again in the 10th inning of that final game. Your Pittsburgh Pirates went to the Arizona Diamondbacks. So the Diamondbacks are going to get the train on the track, right? They win the first game. Ryan Nelson, 5-0 shut piece. Pirates can't score unless they get the Diamondbacks bullpen. A 7-run inning. D-backs were up 6-0. They lose 9-6, and then they get embarrassed at the party. A 10-1 loss on Skenes Day. Hey, congrats, Pirates, I suppose, but Snakes, go look where they still are in the standings. Padres, Marlins. Padres take 2 out of 3, including Game 1 extra innings. My guy Tyler Wade. Yeah, speed. Speed kills. Used to be my doppelganger. Now I look like ass. There's some other exciting highlights from this series. We're a Padres company now. Trev, I don't know if you know this. We have 3 San Diegans in our company now. So that's something. Nobody cares. Cubs sweep the Rockies. Speaking of, Cubs, really good. Rockies, really bad. Suzuki, Tucker, Pete Crow Armstrong, what those guys are doing this year. And young Matt Shaw is back and contributing. That's a big change that's gone on with the Cubs. Rockies are buns. Mets take 2 out of 3 from the White Sox. A little scary game 1. Needed the sac fly to get it done late to get the 2-1 win. And hey, the White Sox won a game. That last game, watch out. Talkman, Benintendi. These bitches love Sosa. Nobody cares about the White Sox. Mets take 2 out of 3, and that is what happened in the National League. Yeah. I'm coming today,
Did you
Coach.
say walk-off salami, yeah, I bet, for Christian Yelich?
Yeah. What do you think that means?
Okay. I don't know. I'm not
You
really
spend
sure,
a
but
lot
I
of
do
time
have the
with them.
standings. I know people are yearning for the standings. I had someone reach out to me and say, look, I'm looking at these numbers on the sheet, but for you, no one's reading me the standings.
Just
I don't
give
know
me
what
the
these numbers mean.
standings.
I have, you guys.
Yeah.
You just read the NL, didn't you?
Yeah.
I wasn't really paying attention.
Come on.
We're going to start out east. I got notes. I'm going to start out east where the Philadelphia Phillies have a 2-game lead over the New York Mets. Phillies 36-20. The New York Mets 34-22. And that's it for teams that are doing well, Pop. We know the Braves, they surged back after that 0-7 start. They're 26-29 right now. 9.5 games back. Holy shit.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
Nationals are right there with them. 26-30 for them. Marlins 22-32. In the Central, the Cubs have a 3-game lead, Jake. 35-21 for them. The Cardinals 32-24 in second place in the division. The Brew Crew gets back to 500. 29 or above 500, 29-28. They're 6.5 games back. The Reds 28-29, and the Pirates 21-36. And then out west, Jacob, a lot of Padres fans in our office, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't mind Padres fans. I don't. The Dodgers at the top of that division, 2 games up on the Padres, 34-22 for them, 31-23 for the Pods. The Giants still doing things, 31-25, and the Snakes, 27-29, 7 games back in the division. And then the Rockies doing Rockies things, 9-47 on the year, 9-47. And those, Jake, are the standings in the National League.
Nobody's better, Coach. Except maybe DirecTV. Today's episode is sponsored by DirecTV. If you're ready to experience baseball like never before, DirecTV is the ultimate destination for baseball fans, bringing you right into the heart of America's pastime. Bottom of the nice, bases yucked, if that's a term. Your team's best player steps up, Victor Mesa Jr. With DirecTV's MLB coverage, you can catch those thrilling moments. You don't need the satellite dish anymore, people. Grow up. DirecTV, baseball isn't just a sport, it's a passion. That's why you guys are here. So why don't you transform your baseball watching experience? Head to directtv.com/JohnBoy or scan the QR code on the screen to learn more. Trevor, let's roll through it, kid. Let's head out to Philadelphia, because I think if gun to my head right now, which I've been thinking, nope. I think the Phillies would be my pick. Like if there was, how about this? If there was a mid-season MLB tournament like NBA started doing, I would pick the Phillies. I think Tigers have a really good argument, but the Dodgers are hurt. Like I could go through all the great teams. I think the Phillies are just humming right now, and they kind of have been all year.
Okay, I mean, I could see that. I think you can talk about what their starting pitchers have done. I think the bullpen is a little shaky. You know, Romano's got it going. I think he has a 2.5 in the month of May. Gets 2 saves in this series, which is nice to see. But I still think that the bullpen has some question marks. Kirkring's looked good too.
Yeah.
I don't know who my number 1 team, my power ranking team would be.
Right.
It might be the Tigers right now, to be honest.
Yeah,
with you.
they're rolling too. That would be the only
The way
counter.
they're throwing the ball, and their bullpen is sick. I still You're like our whispers.
Yeah.
Shh. Tigers fans, I still have questions about long-term offense,
Oh,
but
boy.
You prove me wrong all season long. Maybe they'll continue. I hope they do.
Hey,
Okay.
Trev,
Maybe that's just the Twins announcer coming out in me.
you and me also, we both got back in the Twitter weeds this weekend, and what you got involved in came from this series, if you want to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, it was Strider hits Harper in the first game, first at bat, knocks him out of the game, doesn't play the rest of the series. And there was what's his name? Is it Ruben Amaro?
Amaro?
Yeah. Former GM, player, everything. He's on the Phillies postgame. He called for retaliation from the Phillies. And I said, I wouldn't have a problem with it. And that's not really what I meant to say. What I meant to say was I would understand it.
Right.
Because it's just like a old school type of baseball thing. The Phillies have old school players on it. Blew up. Atlanta Braves fans called me out. I had another take on the next day on baseball today. So we're all good.
Yeah.
We're all good. People know where I stand on that, okay?
One of the longest tweets I've ever seen on the internet. So you really went in.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah. Finally.
I think I was high in bed.
Hey, man, good for you. Unfortunately,
I was just reading it. I was like, man, I got to address this quick. And I just was in there. And you kind of get going a little. Just
good.
Thumbing it up.
Don't say thumbing it up in bed.
I meant every word, though.
Dude, I was laughing because yesterday I got in the weeds with some Mariner fans about Julio because our overrated, underrated discussion. And I was kind of like, this is nice. I'm back in the internet streets. Like, a lot of times it's just not worth it anymore. And then I think I told BBD, and BBD's like, oh, did you see Trev's in the weeds? I was like, let's go.
There are times where, like, X can be so good. You could just really interact with, like, the fans in real time. It's great.
It's how we built
there are times where you don't even want to touch that thing. I don't want to open it up.
I've taken us a little away from the series.
You really have.
I guess quick Phillies thoughts because they should be good, and then I think unfortunately more of the story is Atlanta because we're still here, dude.
Yeah, I mean, then Smith-Shawver going out is obviously a huge blow for them. I mean, on the series, I guess I don't have much. I mean, the only real trouble Ranger gets in, he walks the bases load, walks Ozuna in game 1, but he gets Olsen to strike out. He lived up and in on him, a 2-2 four-seamer. I mentioned Romano getting the save. My guy Max Kepler does his thing in that game. Second game, Phillies win at 5-4. Harris robs a homer. He had a really nice game defensively. Nice series defensively.
He always
actually.
does, man. My God.
Because that game could have got over quickly. He robs, I think it was 2-0, and robs Kepler with a 3-run homer. Phillies, go on to win, but could have opened the floodgates up there, maybe approached the game a little bit differently, but his defense keeps Atlanta in the game. And then the last game, Atlanta gets to Wheeler. Here's the home run robbery. Sick. He's so good at hanging the glove over the wall. Like, hey guys, just so you know, it was going to be a homer. He's good at that.
He might be the coolest guy in baseball. He robbed Jackson Merrill last series, and it's always cool when your position mate robs you because there's a little extra respect there. And dude, he's on the ground. Glasses on. He might, okay.
But he has Money Mike. Like, he's cooler than you, Jake.
I didn't say I was competing.
But no, Atlanta gets to Wheeler, which is
second time this year.
Yeah, so they did a great job there. And then Philly just couldn't get anything going offensively in that third game. They get the series, and Harris actually ends game 3 on a really nice catch on Bohm as well. So this is, I guess, a litmus test series, if you will. And the Phillies surely passed it, man.
And I guess for Atlanta, for me, like, you're waiting for the light bulb to kick in. And even myself, I said it before the season, hover around 500, get Ronnie back, get Strider back. Now they're back. I guess it hasn't clicked yet, and it is still early in this baseball season, but it is about to turn to June, and like Smith-Shawver going down, he was a guy that, I don't know, he could have been one of the guys that clicked for him. His fastball, his last 3 starts, he threw his fastest fastball, and then he gets hurt, which that's kind of like, that makes me...
I've seen that before. I saw that with Ryan Presley I think he was still starting with the Twins at the time, or maybe he was coming in relief, but he was throwing faster than I've ever seen him throw. standing at third base, and I could see him like kind of like
Right.
looking around like, what is going on? And then he blew out, man.
That's crazy. I wonder if there's something there, like if you're stretching it.
Like like the tendon gets loose and you get a few juice bolts and then gone. I don't know, man.
It's a messed up sport, man. You probably have a moment where you're like, hey, I'm throwing harder than ever, and now we're probably not going to see him on a baseball field for like 2 years. So that's crazy. Crazy.
No retaliation.
Right.
By the Phillies, which I like. Again, I think is smart. Like, what you're just gonna hurt somebody on their team, great, and then what? They're gonna come back. It's not gonna be over. Like, it's just. Let's keep the guys on the field. Strider did not do that on purpose. It looked bad. It was his one errant fastball in the game, but as Braves fans pointed out to me, he has hit 4 batters. Since he's been back, he's kind of been erratic coming back. So I understand that. I never thought it was on purpose. I'm just saying there was a chance that they would have retaliated.
Right. If you're someone that likes seeing retaliation in baseball, go out this weekend and have someone hit you with a baseball thrown 50 miles per hour, and then double it. Like it's a nightmare. Red Sox Brewers, Trev. Brewers, maybe the first sign of life this season. They've got a little win streak. We're above 500. Boston, Trev, the other way, and I mean, back-breaking losses. Like, I'm trying to think. There was a team a couple years ago that just kept having the crushing loss happen. Was it Sandy? I know it's a big San Diego show today, but like, they keep having an awful loss, and they get walked off back-to-back nights. I don't know if I should put this as here come the Brewers or the Red Sox, there go the Red Sox.
I think that these are two teams that kind of desperately need wins right now. Two kind of ornery managers. Although I don't know if Alex Cora is ornery at all. I feel like
we haven't seen that in a little bit.
No, he's been like buddy a lot. Yeah, you mentioned it's just a bad series for the Red Sox, dude. Game 1, they went 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. That was a single by Duran in the 9th inning. The guy with 2 first names, Chad Patrick.
Yeah.
Doesn't outduel Garrett Crochet, but pitches well enough to do it. And then for the Brewers, they get a swinging bunt insurance run by Haas in the 8th inning. And they push across a run, like I said, in the 9th, but just nothing going offensively for the Red Sox. I saw Trevor Story lay down a sacrifice bunt in this series. I'm like, that's not I know he hasn't performed. So it's he's doing whatever he can to help the team. But that's what's the word I'm looking for? A microcosm of the Red Sox season. He should not be bunting. He should be freaking hitting doubles and homers. And that's where we're at basically. The Brewers get to Chapman in the 9th in game 2, which is really cool because they had some really bad numbers against him coming into the game. All the Brewers guys, Yelly hits a double on a ball at his neck, and Sal Frelick, who had a great series by the way defensively, ambushes Chapman, gets the ties the game there, and actually Willie Abreu saved the game on a Durbin little sinking liner. It would have been game over, but he saved the game. That led to the Yelly grand slam 1-1 hanger. That was a really cool highlight for the Brewers and for Yelly. So they win the series there, and then a huge back and forth game. This one was a really sloppy game for the Red Sox in game 3. 3 errors, base running problems. Campbell makes the error in the 10th. There throws the ball away. That gets the run to the third base, walk off sac fly. I mean, just I guess resilient for the Brewers, sloppy for the Red Sox. I guess that's how you'd categorize this series.
Okay. Yeah, and you mentioned a new trigger word for me. Caleb Durbin, Mighty Mouse, the all-story Ellie team, listed 5'6". He's kind of they don't have anyone going nuts for them right now, and they're winning, which that can sometimes be a really good thing. Okay, thanks, Jake. But, they've got to win 4 in the column. They are on a road trip, and I think they're coming up on Philly. But, if they could get one of those 8-2 things, like Milwaukee's 11th in runs, their 8th in starting pitcher ERA, that the Milwaukee hype train could happen again.
This was more of who the Brewers are as a team.
Yes.
They're gonna swipe bags. They're gonna play defense. They're gonna get timely hits. They're gonna just have good at bats, and we did see that throughout the the series there. So yeah, I guess Red Sox and Brewers going opposite ways is a very good way. You know what's really interesting to me though? There was a
Okay.
bunch of balls. And I don't know if the Brewers like messed with their track or whatever, but Jarren Duran had a few. Rafaela had one in center field where like they got to the warning track and like thought that the wall was near them. They kept jumping up like really prematurely. And I didn't have time to do this. I was looking at, is this the first time those guys have played in Milwaukee? It might have been.
Oh, okay. I like that. We can
But
get Bobo
it was
on that.
interesting because there was a bunch of balls where they were just jumping too early. And maybe the track is weird there. I don't know.
Warning track. What a concept.
And it doesn't have to be the same length.
No.
It could be different lengths. That doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make any sense.
No sense.
First time playing in Milwaukee.
There you go.
For both of them, yeah. So it was interesting, man.
Imagine the first baseball game where it was just grass all the way to the wall and dudes were just boom.
I'm like brick wall. Like this brick wall is more sturdy.
Maybe a warning track, yes. Let's head to the desert, where I'm not excited to head to, Trev, because we read some Pirate stats, and you and me got sad to our core at how bad the Pirates' offense was. We did our DraftKings bet the cycle, and it was like, oh my God, they're not scoring 3 runs ever. And they come into this, and they get shut out in the first game, and then they're shut out through, 6 innings? And then they hang a 7 on them. And the Snakes lose the series. This is every Diamondback series.
Yeah, I mean, Zach Gallen has not really got it going all year long. You know, he's had rough starts all throughout the year. Another one here. There was a really sad Torey Lovullo post-game quote about the Pirates hadn't scored more than 5 runs in a month.
Right.
And they did it twice against the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks have good pitching. And we know the bullpen hasn't been there, but they can be. Like, the guys just aren't getting it done. I feel like there's times where this Arizona bullpen, the guys that are in there right now have been fine, have been on fire. It's not happening right now for them, obviously. That's their biggest Achilles heel. I said on Baseball Today, here's one hot take that I hope is wrong, is that the Diamondbacks sell. Yeah. They see the National League and how difficult it is, and you're probably going to have to win 90 games, and they have a bunch of guys in their walk here. Like, shoot, even though Zach Gallen hasn't been performing up to his standard this year, a lot of teams want Zach Gallen for the run this year.
Right.
And I'm curious to see, because I said this in 2023, Jake, I said the exact same thing. And they came back, they won 83 games, got into the playoffs, made the World Series. You can't win 83 games to get to the playoffs this year, not in the National League. So I'm curious. They have some guys.
I know
that ends up happening with them.
It's a little too early for wild card. I brought up the wild card standings earlier, and I was going to see how tasty or scary it was. I guess the only thing that people should know right now, if the playoffs started today, I haven't said that yet. Wow. It's almost June, baby. If the playoffs started today, the Kansas City Royals would not be in the playoffs, and the San Francisco Giants. So again, the Giants, who have been this delightful, one of the best teams.
The Giants would not
year.
be?
Yes, dude. They got jumped by the St. Louis Birdies.
Okay, so it'd be the Padres, it would be
Mets,
the
Padres,
Mets,
Cardinals.
and the Cardinals.
Yeah. And in the AL right now, it's Guardians, Twins, Astros, half game up on the Royals. And again, there's some other teams around it, but it's a good point that if the Snakes don't have that run and the deadline's coming up, and you have the most valuable assets at the trade, you could it's going to get interesting for a team. I'm not there yet. Negative run differential for the Snakes. And unfortunately for the Pirates, I think the only other thing for them, IKF playing a really good brand of baseball, and he could be a very valuable piece of this deadline. I wonder, don't the Yankees need a right-handed hitting third baseman? Okay.
Oh, no. You're going to bring him back?
Him and Heaney, the redemption trade. Yep. Yep. That's where I'm at, pal. Trev, God, we got juicy there, and I love it.
We got juicy. You got a juicy AL to get to, so I think we could probably just.
Yeah, if you want to give if you want to give any quick hitters, San Diego, Chicago, or the Metropolitans. If not, screw them.
I think we're ready for the AL. Shout out to the teams that won the series. It was a juicier series with the Padres. Machado's getting it going. I'm happy for him. And Miami's fun to watch. They have guys there making it interesting. But I think we got a lot to talk about in the AL. Bob.
Hey, good teams. Sorry you played bad teams and won. Unfortunately, that's part of the punishment. We will see you next episode.
There's more coming later in the show.
There's more coming. We do so much. Let's do some AL. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. The Detroit Tigers sweep those San Francisco Giants. That's the reason I mentioned they'd be out of the dance as of today. And that Tigers pitching is no joke. They hold them to 1 run in the first 2 games. There's your guy, Cater Montero, with his first start in a while. And he shoved. Trev, you're my scout and my muse. Tigers. They take it. Jack Flaherty pitches amazing. When I see Justin Henry Malloy, the man so nice they named him thrice, I get excited. Gleyber Torres, your best second baseman this year. Hello, baseball. Tigers sweep the Giants. The Blue Jays, they take 2 out of 3 from the Texas Rangers. And my God, not a hitting series, folks. 2-1, 2-0, 2-0. The Blue Jays get saved by a pinch hit, Bo Bichette Yabo to save the series. A lot of good pitching. Gossman goes 8. DeGrom, Francis, Evaldi gets hurt. Scary. Paxton Schultz, sure. Tyler Mahle is a Cy Young candidate. Dude, the Rangers pitching has been so good. Their hitting has been so bad. Crazy. Blue Jays take 2 out of 3. The Reds take 2 out of 3 from the Kansas City Royals. Don't get us back on the line, Reds. And they did it with both sides of the ball. 2 7-inning efforts from Singer and Martinez, along with Ellie De La Cruz, just destroying baseballs, being rude to baseballs. Tyler Stevenson with a big game. Royals salvage the set. Noah Cameron, okay, is he next for them? And a little wit in India up the middle. God, that does something for me. Dodgers take 2 out of 3 from Cleveland. Shohei. Like, at which point are we being dumb? Are we not talking about him enough? Because he's just homering to start games. That's all. That's it. Leading baseball in home runs. The guy that can pitch too, and he's starting to pitch. Watch out. Yamamoto is amazing. Max Muncy's starting to turn it on. They've been missing him. Jose Ramirez has had a 20-game hit streak because obviously he does. Dodgers. They take 2 out of 3. The Minnesota Twins, Trev, I'm sorry, bud. Rays take 2 out of 3. They take the bread games. They get shut out in that final game. Drew Rasmussen, 1 hit, 6 innings. Brandon Lau is turning it on. He could be an interesting deadline piece if they want to move him. Trev will talk about it and we'll half ignore it. The Nationals take 2 out of 3 from the Mariners. Mariners fans, I think they hate me even more that I've tried to jump on the bandwagon, and they lose this series, including the last game goes to 10 innings, and they lose it 9-3. So things got ugly in extras. Logan Evans, okay, 8 innings out of him. Is Julio a star? I got sucked into that on the internet. Your Nats are playing really good baseball. This last 10 games, really good, maybe a little dramatic. But James Wood, RH3, is in the mix. Good. I guess a team playing really good baseball is the St. Louis Cardinals. A battle for the birds. They faced the Orioles, so they took 2 out of 3. Hey, Charlie Morton had a nice start, and that kind of warms my soul a little bit. But otherwise, it's Cardinals. Lars Nootbaar keeps it going. Brendan Donovan and Mason Wynn up the middle. God, the Cardinals can hit, and they are winning a lot of baseball games. And a 2-gamer, the Astros win both games against the A's. Jose Altuve, that 4-hit, 2-homer game. Crazy. And how about your guy Lance McCullers? Snapping it. 6 innings for him. They take the 2-game set. That is what happened. Oh, wait, Trev. Your best Western Road Warriors. It is the New York Yankees. That's right. They head out to LA. I got everyone. They sweep them. Yankees pitching. Ryan Yarbrough is electric on the mound right now. Carlos Rodon is electric on the mound, and so is Clark Schmidt. 4 straight 6-innings outing for him. And Paul Goldschmidt, if you're a lefty pitcher, don't throw the ball to him. OPS at 1.5. They are your best Western Road Warriors. Best Western is who's bringing you today's episode. Life's a trip. Summer's here. We're past Memorial Day. Book something. Go do something. Go hit a roadie. Go follow your favorite team for a little bit. We meet a lot of good baseball people when we're at the All-Star game and stuff like that do like the annual baseball trip and go see 3 stadiums. Go do it and go stay at Best Western, because wherever life brings you, they're there. 4,000 hotels worldwide. And there's nothing better than that I just booked it feeling. So go and do it. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at bestwestern.com. I don't know, it's a road trip. Maybe you throw on your favorite baseball podcast. And maybe you stay at Best Western. Thank you to our friends. I need the standing.
Do you think Feo and Zendino and Josh and those guys are going to come out to Atlanta and see us?
They better. They've set a bar.
Maybe we'll get them Best Western code. How about that?
Okay.
We'll look into it for our guys. I do have the standings, Pop, in the American. You did not get me with the Yankees bit, by the way.
What? I got myself, I'll be honest.
The Yankees lead the division by 6.5 games over the Tampa Bay Rays. The Yankees are 35-20. Tampa Bay 2 games over 5. Jake, they coming 29-27. The Blue Jays 28-28. The Red Sox, gross. My World Series Red Sox 27-31, and they don't have a solution in sight. The Orioles 19-36 on the bottom of the division. In the Central, the Tigers, man, 6 games up. 37-20 for them. The Guardians 30-25. My Twins 30-25. The Royals 30-27. And then the White Sox 18-38. And then out west, oh my gosh. The Mariners, they're playing great ball this year, Jake. They're crushing it. This is awesome.
Don't.
Julio's a superstar. 30-25, a half game up on the Houston Astros, who are 30-26. Oh my God. Texas Rangers 27-30. They're 4 games back. Angels 25-30. They've been playing better ball as of late. And the Athletics are 23-34. They have not been playing good ball as of late. And those are your standings in the American League.
Christian Walker starting to go. Jose Altuve starting to go. It's
when is your Dawn come back?
I don't even need him,
because they haven't had him.
Yeah, and when he was there, he wasn't Yordan.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you, Trev, for the standings. And let's be elite today. That's kind of where you and me live. And let's start out with the team that should be mad that I said the Phillies would be my midsummer classic pick right now. It's the Detroit Tigers, because they're dominating, man. Their pitching is mean. And like, talk about an identity. Like we talked about how teams sometimes are missing that. Like, the Tigers know what they're going to do, and they're excited to do it to you. They're going to throw the ball.
That's basically what they do. They throw the ball. Timely hitting has been there. I'm calling this series. This is what they said after. I believe it was Canely said this. We don't care who the hero is, baby.
Yes.
He didn't say baby. I added that part.
I like it.
He might have said in his head.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, kind of just all Tigers. You know, the San Francisco offense obviously has not been up to par. Tigers also obviously didn't score a ton of runs in this game, but they don't have to, because their pitching has been so dang good. You mentioned Cater. Gets into a little bit of a jam in the first inning, but gets Flores and Adames. He ends up going 5 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, man. Like, when he's locating the ball, he has good stuff. He runs into trouble. He just leaves stuff over the plate. But the bullpen, again, in game 1 was fantastic. Riley Green gets an 0-2 knock with the bases loaded against Miller for the Giants. Riley Green's only hitting 520. His OPS is 529 against lefties. Miller has a 510 OPS facing lefties, and Riley Green just pokes one out there, gets the job done. So he's the hero in game 1, along with our guy Cater. Adames, again, he struggled. They had a rally going, hits into a double play in the 6th inning, just kind of like spoils both of the times where they actually got something going for the San Francisco offense. This is the Baez ejection game. Him and Phil Cuzzy got into it a little bit. What's up with these managers just a little bit too late? They got to go save the players. Get out there.
Yeah.
It was a horrible call.
Right.
And Baez is talking. He doesn't want to get thrown out. He's having a great year this year. Phil Cuzzy just doesn't let it go. But where are you, AJ Hinch? Like, oh, there you are.
He's a step late.
Like,
he's a step late.
Do we got to get him on the treadmill? Like some sprints out there?
All of our umpire listeners, you guys are the best. If you could take your headphones out for a second. Stink, bro. Like, what is that? That's horrible.
I know people hate when I say this, but I love it. Like, I don't like it.
I know.
I don't love
it.
It
Is
like
good.
that can be called on a player and just take the bat out of their hands. I don't like that. So I like the challenge system. But I love like dust ups. Like I'm just into it. Okay?
No, and
if you say you aren't into it, you're lying.
Right. I mean, they're
you're
like
lying.
The most popular breakdowns and all of that. And yeah, I'm not mad he missed the pitch. Like anyone can miss a pitch, but like Phil Cuzzy kept that going, and that's not your job as the umpire. Tigers don't care. Because 4 straight, they have the best record in Major League Baseball over the last 100 games. Interesting Dalt stat there. And it just feels like it's all working. Jack's fastball, which, normally not his trademark. He was getting guys to swing through that. I don't even Giants. Like obviously you're not happy, and Lamont Wade is really struggling right now, and he gets benched basically. But I think for me, this is just like you run into the Tigers on the wrong series, and this is what's been happening.
No, I mean, they're doing a great job. You mentioned Jack and his start. That was great. Riley Green had another 2-out RBI in the first of game 2. Wenzel Perez comes back. It's a homer in his first at bat. So, like, there's some Tiger magic. Like, we don't care who the hero is, right? Justin Henry Malloy, like you mentioned, he gets the job done in game 3. Tommy Kahnle, how about this? Comes in with the bases loaded, no outs. He throws 8 pitches and gets out of it. What were the pitches, Jake? What do you think?
Cambio, papi.
All mother freaking changeups. Gets Bailey on the first pitch. He strikes out Koss with 3 pitches, and then gets Yaz in 4 pitches to ground out to first base. All changeups. So
it's really tricky.
Damn, man.
It's really tricky. His pitch shouldn't be called a changeup. Like, I know we've done this exercise.
Something else, man.
Go Kitties. Sorry, Giants. You'll be back. Trev, how about let's do Toronto, Texas quick. Again, Blue Jays, I hope someone else from the AL East steps up. I know right now it's the Rays in second place. My coastal bias kicks in. Blue Jays take the series. I need to see more. Kevin Gossman, fantastic start. For me, this is sad Rangers. Like, worst offense in baseball, Texas Rangers. I genuinely thought they had a chance to be the best. And, dude, they have to be. We talked about, yes, Jake. Remember when I was talking about all the crushing losses? And there was a team that did that for a year? It was the Cardinals. Remember when the Cardinals were supposed to be good? And they first started stinking, and they would just have these brutal, back-breaking losses. And we talked about how weird that clubhouse has to be getting, and there was some stories that, because they were all looking around like, what is going on? Dude, that has to be happening in Texas right now. Like, these are studs all staring at each other like, how are we not hitting anything?
They brought in Brett Boone, right? He was supposed to be kind of like the new, old school whisperer. Let's have a game plan. Let's do all these things. It hasn't really worked. 6 total hits in both the losses for the Rangers. They got 1 win. They got 6 hits in that game. So 12 total hits in 3 games. Only 7 runs scored in the freaking series. I mean, that's insane. But you're right. Gossman had the splitter working. DeGrom, doesn't strike a guy out for the first time in his career. And the line is fine, 5 1/3, 2 earned runs. But that's just like an interesting stat to me. First time ever not striking anybody, and he had good stuff. He's grown the hair back out, which is kind of cool, like old school DeGrom.
Did you guys ever do dumb sports stuff? Like, I feel like with what do we call it? Just advancing as a sports analytics. My God, Jake. With analytics, we don't do did Toronto be like, hey, we're not striking out to DeGrom today. I'd rather ground out on the first pitch. You're not saying that, but could you do? I think you do.
Not necessarily. We're not striking out. We're just saying let's go get this guy early in the count. Let's not get to his 2-strike stuff. That's what you would say.
Yeah, that's a little more good.
You played.
It's a little more good athlete than I was saying.
The only other game that was fun, bullpen game for the Jays. In game 3, Texas gets 1 hit, and Bichette comes in, pinch hit, 0-1 changeup, just turns on a beautiful. I love his swing when it's right. It's just there's a lot going on with it, but it just looks so pretty. Look at this. Oh god.
And it looked like he enjoyed that one, huh?
He did, man.
Why wouldn't you?
Yes, the Blue Jays do enough. They're still kind of finding their way. This is a nice little series for them.
Hey, man.
I love that side angle. Oh, yeah.
One more, Bob. Again. Tyler Mahle.
It's Mahle.
I like calling him Molly. He could be. He might if they sell. I know. AL's a little. Not as risky as the NL this year. 12 starts. A 1.64. Like that doesn't just happen.
And I want to look this up. I know Eovaldi came out. He isn't expected to miss his next start. Okay, good. That's what I thought. Okay.
They've got,
he's another one. I mean,
they've got that, and if they sacrifice a goat and everyone starts hitting or something, this team should be horrifying. 30th in OPS, the Texas Rangers. Like I don't know, man. Something's got to give because that doesn't make sense to me. Little. I don't want to say high and tight. Reds win 2 out of 3 against the Royals. A little high and tight. They don't get the sweep, but Reds. We've talked about our love-hate with them. They get a little bit from their starting pitching. I think that's one of the big takeaways. I think there was in their last 26 games before this, they only got 1 7-inning start. So that just helps the whole. That means you've got a good start. That means you're saving the bullpen. So if they can get a little more of that. And they just need Ellie to go. Like, Ellie's stats were very pedestrian. They need him to take off, and he did in this series.
Yeah, I mean, game 1, the Reds got 6-0 by the 5th. The Royals kind of threatened there in the 9th. They got bases loaded, but the only run they scored was on a balk. Nick Martinez has been really, really good. Just kind of funky out there on the mound. Game 2, I don't know if you saw the Ellie homers, but they were absolute bombs.
They're crazy.
The second one almost went into the 3rd deck of the waterfall, which is crazy. Watch this thing bounce up there.
Oh my god!
Almost up into the 3rd one. Landed in the 2nd. Crazy.
Give me that again, Bob. Like, you see the ball hit. Whenever you see MLB players react like this.
Did you fucking see that? Yeah, no, that's a mammo right there. I believe they were like both over 430 or something like that. Insane.
Yeah.
Casey had some sloppy defense there. TJ Friedel scored from first on an error by the pitcher. It just was bad. It just was not good for them. But lucky for the Royals, they got Noah Cameron, who's an absolute stud and been a stud. So he's the stopper. A really cool ABs between Bobby Witt and Hunter Green, which we'll get into that a little bit later. I got more stuff coming from that, but I just thought those two have a lot of similarities. I'm going to link them all together later in the show for everybody. But a nice series by the Reds and Kansas City. I don't know if bringing up Jack Caglione is the answer, but I think it might be the answer. They need some firepower in that lineup, dude.
My guy Haas wants them to call up the kid. I think everyone wants to call up the kid. So let's do it.
Except for the front office, who keeps saying we don't want to bring him up when the offense is struggling. But is this offense going to get hot all of a sudden, just magically? Like, what does that even mean? I don't know.
I mean, bro, if we're gonna talk about Jack Cags right now, Roman Anthony, like what?
That doesn't fix the Red Sox, though. That's the thing.
No,
he bringing him up might. If you're saying I want the best 26-man roster, yes, I understand that, but that's not going to fix what's going on with the Red Sox. They need starting pitching.
It's true. It's true.
And they'd have to figure out a bunch of weird stuff. They probably have to figure something out with Story if that happens.
Right.
For the Royals,
there's a ripple effect.
We need offense.
Yeah.
We got a guy absolutely mashing the ball. And again, look, it's the minor leagues. Big leagues is different, but
I think the only thing, if people, I always feel weird, like I don't know if I should be promoting them because they're kind of a competitor, but Bill Simmons, who I listen to a lot during NBA playoff season because that's when he cooks, he opened a playoff episode with a 5-minute rant on the Red Sox and being like, hey, we've been 500 for 4 years. I understand why Kansas City might not want to waste one of Jack Cagg's years, but you guys print money. If this kid's good, call him up. We need to start winning baseball games.
I agree he should be up. I'm just saying it's not going to fix their problems.
I agree.
Got a lot of ball to talk. We got to kind of get through this.
Yeah, Dodgers. And hey, how about this? I'll lump the Dodgers and Yankees together because I don't know if we're going to chew on them a ton. Shohei's out of his mind. Again, every now and then you have to reset and just remember what he's doing because he's starting to throw. But he's like the best power hitter in baseball, which is insanity. And yeah, there's some weird that the Dodger stuff that we have discussed, like in this series, they went over 500 for the month. So that's just a crazy concept. And then like Conforto hadn't homered in a while. Muncy is starting to get going. So that's, the Yankees and Dodgers are going to be the story of the weekend. So I guess I mentally feel like I don't have to talk about them too much, but please talk about this series.
I mean, the Dodgers just out-hit Cleveland, which is not a shock to anybody that follows the Guardians. Chris Rose specifically, they out-hit him 21-11 in the first 2 games. Final scores ended up being 7-2 and then 9-5. Dodgers had to hold on in the 9th of game 2. You mentioned Ohtani and what he's done is incredible. Yamamoto is 6 innings, 2 earned runs is a bad start for Yamamoto.
Right.
And the way he's been pitching. He also had a great play on a bunt there where he I forget who it was. He chased him down and tagged him. It was pretty cool. Showed some athleticism right there. And then game 3, Guardians on the verge of getting swept. Down 4-1 in the 7th. They scored 5 runs in the 8th. Tanner Scott and Vesia get touched up. Scott kind of gave some lower quality hits up, some ground balls, found some holes. But then Vesia just threw one right down the middle for a homer there. So Cleveland salvages, doesn't get swept. I think that's really important. Here we go. Here's Yamamoto. Go get him, big fella.
Be an athlete.
But good teams, Jake, don't get swept. And the verge of getting swept by the Dodgers. The Guardians find a way to win that game. And although, you lose the series, I think that's important that, you figure a way to get it done. And Kershaw had a nice start, man. 5 innings, 1 earned run. But coming back in that last game, I think was big. Cleveland, that's what Cleveland does, man. They unlike some of these teams, they know how to win baseball games.
Tell him why you mad. That's an old.
I'll go 90 seconds on Twins Rays. You go 90 seconds on Yankees Angels. Excuse me.
Sure.
I think the Rays are finding like their identity.
You like them?
I do like them, dude. They've been healthy with their starting pitching, Jake. I think only 6 people all year have made starts for them. So like their pitching has been great, which we kind of expect from the Rays. They're finding their way offensively a little bit. They went 7-2 on the homestand, and they played some really quality teams. They outscored their opponents 48-17. So like they're pitching, hitting enough right there. Caminero is starting to heat up for them, which I think is really important. We talk about B. Lau all the time. But Caminero on the homestand, went 10 for 31, 2 homers. That was a 989 OPS. If he gets going, Yandy's got to find his way. He really hasn't done what he usually does. He's not getting on base like he usually does. Josh Lowe is having a really, really nice season. If you haven't looked at his numbers, go check them out. Like they're a team that if they're going to play defense, they're going to pitch. If they can find the timely hitting, and then there's going to be games where they run into some. They have the speed. They're first in baseball on all stolen bases. Like they have a formula, Jake.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm into them. For the Twins aspect of it, just ran into I think a team that's hot right now, and the pitching. Royce Lewis, I think, is the biggest thing. He's struggling, man. He's like on a really bad run right now, so he needs to get it going. We are going to get the return of Byron Buxton, I believe, tonight. And then Matt Wallner, who's had 5 homers in 6 rehab games, probably should be back in the lineup soon. So that's going to be good for the Twins. I think the Rays, they did a really good job this series.
The Minnesota Moose is coming back. Okay, I'm going to leave my heart a little more open for the Rays. I think mentally I've wanted, if the Red Sox are going to be this, I think I wanted the Jays to find it. I like their veterans a lot. I guess that's the difference. But you're right. If the Rays offense could have something. Like Junior Caminero, is he still 21? So, like, yeah, he turns 22 July 5th. So if his light bulb kicks on, like I'm thinking about Jackson Churio from last year, his second half stats.
Mm-hmm.
If that happens with this guy, then you're right. I think their lineups needed a dude. Like, Aranda's been fantastic.
Aranda and Bilal have been great.
Yeah.
You're looking, I said, go look at Josh Lowe's stats.
Right.
I think it's like an 840 OPS. If Caminero gets it going, if Yandy gets it going, if Chandler Simpson just is who he is. Do you know Jose Caballero has like 17 stolen bases already?
He's such a pest.
Like, they have a formula. So I'm in.
Watching him torture pitchers is like, that's my like dirty hobby. Like, it's like, don't tell anyone I'm watching this. No, go to bed, Noodle. It's my dog. Danny Jansen when he kicks in. Yankees beat a not great team. I know you've liked the Angels at parts of this season, and I've fought back on that. And it's not generic Angels still bad. Like, their at-bats were pretty brutal. And, like, yes, the Yankees pitching is good. Like, you know, some of their numbers go more toe-to-toe with the Tigers and other good pitching teams. But there was not a lot of action from the Halos bats. I like Jack Kohanowitz's sinker. So if he figures that out, go Angels, go. They're going to be the story of this weekend. And I'm so excited to watch some 10 p.m. baseball. I might take a little cat nap. Jim said that. Jim said he was going to take a nap in the office today, which Jimbo.
Okay.
Come on, pal.
I'm actually mad. I'm not in LA for that series.
Oh, I'm mad you're mad.
Let's go through these next ones. Nationals at Seattle. Nats take 2 of 3. This one ended last night.
I've got some stuff coming on this later, so I'm good.
You don't want me to go into it?
No, you can. Whatever you want to get off.
Oh, well, game 1 was all Mariners. Julio and Cal back-to-back. Cal doing his thing. Hits another one. He's an absolute stud. I think everyone is finally in consensus saying he's the best catcher in baseball. Yep. Sorry, Wilson. I always have to say that.
Will Smith getting on base at like a 450 clip this year.
Second game was all Nats. George Kirby's still trying to find it after coming off the IL. How about this for the Nats? The 6 through 9 hitters in game 2, Jake. 9 for 17, 5 runs driven in. That's how you win baseball games right there. And then in game 3, Mackenzie Gore, absolutely filthy. He cruises. He gets into trouble. Rosarena strikes him out both in the first and the 6th to end threats. Just kind of abuses him, if we're being honest. The Mariners end up tying the game off of Lopez in the 7th. And then there was a Leody Taveras assist in the 8th to keep the game tied. Then the Nats opened it up 7-run 10th inning for them in last night's ball game to take the series, man. James Wood continues to look his swing. You're not talking about him later, are you?
He could come up.
His swing is so locked in right now.
Yeah.
To all fields, so balanced. It's a thing of beauty right now. I'm calling it one of the better swings in baseball at this moment.
Yeah, there's the baseball analytics want his launch angle to kick in a little bit, because if it does, they think he's gonna
leave it.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you.
Leave it. He's hitting lasers all around the field. Oh, hit the ball a little higher. Shut up. What are we talking about? Oh, this guy's fucking going off. Let's change him. I
think if he gets a little loft, like, he could be judging.
Cool.
So that's
cool. Let's mess with everything. Let's mess with this guy's swing. I just said it's one of the most pure in baseball right now, but yeah, let's mess with it. Good call.
You're starting to win me over.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Analytics people want his.
Let's have him get a couple more reps in too, and maybe Cardinals, Birds, both Birds, Cardinals, Orioles. Cardinals, again, this is good team, bad team. Cardinals have won 7 of their last 8 series. They're 18-5 since May 4th. That's kind of all I need to get off my chest.
Look, Charlie Morton, nice start. I think you mentioned that on the burn. There's one play I want Robbie to get up. It's Newt Barr's homer. He hits one off Shigano. 0-1 cutter. I think it has to be the longest hang time of any homer this year.
Oh, interesting.
I counted 7 seconds.
So cutter from Sagano, and it's just
sky high.
Interesting.
That was in game 2. Orioles fans, I don't have to tell you this. They need Colton Cowser back in the worst way because Mateo out there, him and Kjerstad zooed 2 balls in this game. Watch this homer. It's so high. Look, it's not come down yet. Hasn't come down yet.
Give us from the start again, Baba. We'll get Jakey timer on it. Here's the pitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably 6er.
You're way off. I timed it for 7 seconds.
I was slow there. What was
you
that?
were really slow.
Do I not know how to count?
That's a good thing, Pop. No, but they zooed 2 balls. Mateo and Kjerstad. It looked horrible. And then I was like, okay, what's going on with like their outfield defense? Negative 14 DRS center field, right field for the Orioles this year.
They're playing a sad brand of baseball.
It just looked really bad. The Orioles 4 for 30 with runners in scoring position over the last 2 games. 4 for 30 with runners in scoring position over the last 2 games. I thought this was funny. Our guy Brandon Donovan hits a homer off of Povich, and the announcer said, "You are the father."
Oh wow, Trev, you're too damn good. I think for everyone and for you, Coach. You said you took notes on your flight. You're so dialed today. That's why we're running a little deep today. Rob said before the show, he's like, "Hey, I might have a new segment for you guys. What if I do the best homer call of the week?" And so let's hear it.
Okay.
3-2. Swing, fly ball, hit well toward right, at the track, at the wall. That baby's gone. Brendan Donovan, you are the father of Mr. Povich.
It's a little premeditated,
right,
but it works. And I wonder if he's the first one to say that. I don't know if he is.
That's good.
I liked it though.
That's good. That's right in my wheelhouse. Trev, the final thing, it's A's Astros. It's a 2-gamer. Astros won both, and like you noted in the standings, like the former bad man, I don't think people think of them as the bad guys anymore, really. Well, okay. Trev raised his eyebrows. McCullers, 12 strikeouts, 102 pitches. That's interesting for me. And the other thing for mine, A's have lost 17 of 20.
Is that a real stat? Because I was like, what?
Yeah, man. 13 out of 14.
They were hot.
I know. If I wanted to dunk on you, because you'd never do that to me. But when we did the power rankings, you were a little high. I was a little low. I don't know.
Hold on. Power rankings are meant for like the time and place.
Well, yeah, and
not future.
Right, but I thought that one team was a little lesser, and they're kind of showing that. Not that I do that.
Obviously, the A's were gonna come back down.
Whoa! Obviously.
Get out of here. We still need to look up the over total runs at Sutter Health Park.
Right.
If my stat has held up, I think it has.
I'm driving myself nuts. I want to just count again because that was weird.
Oh, yeah, that was a bad counting job.
2.
Yeah.
That was really slow. Okay, go on.
That's all I got. I
mean,
I got the same thing, man. Sweeps a 2-gamer, half game back. This is what I wrote down. Half game back at Seattle, exclamation point. A's have lost 17 and 20, exclamation point.
Can you take a picture of your notes?
And then what happened last? I know we're going into the future. I know was it the Rays just boat race last night?
Dangerous words, Poppy. Dangerous words to say to me.
Oh, no, excuse me. Couple things. The A's, 17 and 20. They lost 12-0 last night to the Blue Jays.
Sad.
And my guy Jacob Wilson was posting pictures at a really nice Toronto restaurant. Don't post those right now. Don't post those right now.
That's that new generation, bro. Wow. I can't believe you landed there. Trev, I actually, if you want, I don't know if you have anything else on there. If you took a picture of your notes and maybe we post them on the Substack or something, I think people would like that. So your call. I don't know if you've got anything you wouldn't want on there. So I'll let you think.
No, I mean, it's just all kind of like chicken scratchy though, but
that's what the people like. The people like that you're raw.
Do you know what I've kept this whole time? I took notes during the World Series on this I had like really nice paper laying around. So I took notes on that. And those are really nice notes. I might sell those. Or not sell them. Give them away. I'm not going to sell
Trevor Plouffe's World Series notes, $13.50.
Go shut these blinds. You get to the next part of the show.
Let's get to the next part of the show. Whoo! Grinding.
Standout performances. This guy stood out for Trev.
Say what?
Well, since we didn't really talk about the Houston Astros, I will talk about him here. Hunter Brown is my standout performer. 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 8 Ks, no walks. Kind of more of the same. The reason I did it, Jake, is Hunter Brown had a blow-up start before this against the Tampa Bay Rays. 5 innings pitched, 5 earned runs, 3 homers, 2 walks to 4 Ks. So just a very non-typical start for him. He's been awesome. And going into that game, Jake, he had a 1.43 ERA. That bumped it up to a 2.04 ERA. He was so disgusted with himself for putting his ERA in the 2s. He went back and threw this game. And now it does say he has a 2.00 ERA on the dot.
Oh.
But I did some math.
Rounding.
I did some math. And actually, because you go, he's given up 15 earned runs. You multiply that times 9 and then divide it by innings pitched.
Stanford.
And that is how you calculate ERA, people. He actually has a 1.995. So they round it up. It's actually in the 1s. Hunter Brown, congratulations. You did it. You got back into the 1s. I thought that was cool. I wanted to shout him out.
That's interesting on a couple levels. A, that feels like a good Jolly video of like, there's probably some batter that finished the season 2.994.
And they rounded up or down, yeah.
And that stinks. A, how locked in were you on this flight? You're crunching numbers? Like, what is that? You're crunching Hunter Brown's true ERA?
I had to.
I
had a big old glass of wine too. The lady poured me one. It was the entire cup. I was like, that's a heavy hand.
Trev, I shouldn't be giving out a ton of life advice. I think something I've stumbled into. However you fly, or if you're traveling and you're flying, treat yourself however you want to be treated. If you want, like, I know there's this it's kind of, people don't really do it, but like getting drunk on a flight, that's kind of like oh my God. I've only really done that once. It was a little messy. But like, have a big glass of wine, like watch a movie, get the snack you want. It makes travel so much better.
I mean, I agree. I mean, I've been drunk on a flight thousands of times.
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, you're a pro ball player. That's a little different, Coach.
Probably shouldn't have got so drunk.
It's different. You getting on a flight after a big win with your buddies and drinking, and me showing up to the hotel gate by myself, slurring my words. I actually have. Okay,
I'm at the front desk.
I'm going to tell the story. We're running long today. Fuck it. We love you guys. This is one.
Who cares? Who cares? Algorithms suck.
This is my favorite. This is probably my best story I have. Went to a bachelor party in Montreal. Just twisted up like a pretzel. Missed my flight the next morning. Shouldn't shock anyone. At the airport, all my buddies start rolling through. We all won money at the casino the next day. So everyone's just buying drinks with fake Canadian money. I get on the plane. I am toasty. I'm toasty. Connect through Pittsburgh. Show up, land in Denver. This is still when I land in Denver. And when I land in Denver, I fell asleep. I wake up and I'm like, holy smokes. Like, I had just gotten Noodle, my dog. He's a puppy. So there's a person next to me and I'm like, oh my God, I had to be a disaster on this flight. So I'm like, you know what? Know what everyone loves? A puppy. Everyone loves a puppy. So I go, oh my God. I'm so sorry if I was drunk. Like, I didn't mean to get that drunk. And they're like, no, you're fine. It's okay. And then I was like, well, look at this. I actually just got a puppy. You like that? And she's like, yeah, I know. I had told her numerous times about my new puppy. So that's one of my all-timers that drop in my stomach when she said it. Yeah, I know, little guy.
There's little anxiety, man. Oh, there's nothing worse.
All right. Well, that brings me to my standout performer. And it's a short king. So, okay, I'm keeping it in the Jake realm. I'm going Dalton Varsho. Dalton Varsho is back for the Toronto Blue Jays. Blue Jay fans were mad at me. I did my Wake and Jake power rankings, and I didn't have Varsho in center field because he had a serious injury, and I kind of didn't know when he was going to be coming back this year. He's back, and he plays amazing defense, like special, fun-to-watch defense at an important position. He went 3 for 5, a homer, a double on Monday night. Trev, I more so wanted to read you the stat line because he's played limited games. He's played 22 games that for a lot of other players, we've gotten out of the my stats look bizarre because I've only played 22 games. 198 batting average, not great. 226 on base, also not great. 547 slug. So when 5'8" Dalton Varsho is running into one, he's running into it a big way. He's got 8 homers in 22 games while playing elite defense. So let's see where he lands on the year. This guy had a 5-WAR season last year. A lot of defense in the offense, and you and me did this the other day, but Dalton Varsho, another guy who's back for them that maybe that can help steer Toronto's ship towards some wild card dreams.
Okay, I love that for us. I love Dalton Varsho. He's like Kyle Schwarber with defense. How about that?
Okay.
No, I'm just joking. He's not.
Yeah, he's not. But I like it.
Right now he is.
Right now he is. Trev, there's a lot of other guys on the sheet.
Dirt nasties on Fuego. That means I'm on fire, baby. Like Waco.
And Fuego is brought to you by Corona, the official cerveza of Talkin' Baseball. Hit him, Trev.
For the series, Jonathan Aranda, I feel like we've been talking about this guy a ton. He went 6 for 10 with 5 runs driven in. He has an OBP of 510 when he's leading off an inning this season. Getting the leadoff runner on in an inning is awesome.
Okay.
So good job, Jonathan Aranda. Big part of why the Rays are where they're at right now. I almost gave this guy my standout. Tyler Stevenson went 7 for 12 in the series, 2 homers, big flies too. 4 runs driven in for the catcher there. We mentioned James Wood, man.
Change his
4
swing.
for 11.
Change his swing.
Oh, God. 4 for 11, but 2 doubles and 2 homers were the 4 hits, 6 runs driven in. Change this. He has tied Kyle Schwarber, who hit 5 of these in 2021, for the most homers hit at 112 or above in a season. So, yeah, let's change the swing. He's hitting the absolute shit out of the ball. James Wood right now absolutely locked in. Andrew Benintendi made the list, people, because he went 4 for 11 with a triple and a home. That he should not be on this list.
And he's out. Sorry, Ben.
He's out. Shout out Andrew Benintendi, but not on the list. And neither should Otto Lopez, who's on the list. Went 5 for 11 with a homer and 3 runs driven. Dalt,
come on.
Get those guys out of here, Bob.
No.
For the week, my guy Christian Yelich, he deserves to be on the list. 10 for 25, a double, 3 homers. He had the walk-off grand slam against Liam Hendricks, little slider there. He's been struggling against the sliders, but got that hanger for Hendricks for the walk-off grand slam. He's been hitting the ball on the ground a lot. He could make an adjustment with his swing because when he does put the ball in the air, Jake, he has 10 homers on 26 fly balls this season. It's tied for the highest percentage in all Major League Baseball. So I'd be okay with him saying, hey, let's put the ball in the air a little bit more. We talked about Jose Altuve. He went 11 for 24 with 3 homers and 4 runs driven in the week. Brian Reynolds, he continues to mash 9 for 24, 3 doubles, a triple, and a homer. Good for him in the Pirates. Dylan Carlson's going 7 for 20 in the series. And then there are the pitchers, Jake, who shove. Zach Littell, he's been great. Last 6 starts, 4-0 with a 2.95 ERA. Ryan Nelson for the Arizona Diamondbacks, he goes 6 2/3 innings pitched, 0 earned runs. It's his 3rd start of the season. He's done consecutive starts of 5 innings pitched or more and allowing 1 run or fewer. Ryan Yarbrough for your Yankees. He improved the 2-0 with a 2.25 ERA in 4 starts since replacing Carlos Carrasco. So that's nice. Matthew Boyd still doing. I think that's Jimmy's favorite pitcher ever. Matthew Boyd.
Wow.
6 innings pitched, 0 earned runs. He's thrown at least 2 strikes in his first 3 pitches. What is this stat right here that I'm reading? Has thrown at least 2 strikes in his first 3 pitches to 75% of opposing batters this month. So he's getting ahead of people.
Yes.
That's actually a crazy
Right?
stat. Okay, Dalt,
Yeah.
you're back. You're back, Dalt. And then our guy Trevor Williams, the pitcher for the Nats, on Wednesday, goes 6 innings pitched, 0 earned runs. He threw 6 shutout innings, and it's his first time since August 20th, 2023. And those are the people who are in Fuego, Jake.
Well done, Coach. Well done. These are the guys that are going to be in Fuego soon, I believe.
Hey man, you've been struggling lately. It's time to pick it up.
Just powerful. Just powerful. Toronto, George Springer, UConn. God, he was so hot early on this year. 3 for 34. Not hitting the heater, not hitting the changeup. So we're in between. Second lowest in the AL on changeups this year, and this month he's the lowest on the fastball. We're in between right now, Georgie. But it's gonna click. It always does. Trey Sweeney for Detroit. Maybe the only thing not working for Detroit right now. 0-77 on plate appearances the last 5 pitches. That's odd.
Speaking of Sweeney, are you going to buy that soap with Sydney Sweeney's bathwater in it?
Hello. Hey, Trev. Wasn't planning on it. I was not planning on it.
Okay.
I understand why you asked me, though.
That was all over the internet. That's all. And I'm cool. I'm hip.
saw it on the TikTok, the Tim Tam. Trey Sweeney, let's get you hot. Wait, now who's this? Juan Soto? I'm not familiar. Slow-mo has an OPS of just 467 with runners in scoring position this season. That was a little salty. I'm sorry, Mets fans. It's a joke. He's my favorite at-bats I've ever seen a person take. 103 batting average on pitches in the strike zone over the last 14 days. That is bizarre. And he's hitting the ball into the ground. He'll be out of it. I believe in that one. Brian Hayes, I'm not as sure. 5 for 44, hitless in 16 at bats with 2 strikes in the last 14 days. And then Tyler Soderstrom, he had his big month. He's having a tough month. 9 for 50 in his last couple weeks. Since recording his 9th homer on April 17th, 1 homer in 38 games. So hey guys, it's gonna come back. You gotta believe. You gotta believe. And speaking of coming back, we got a couple guys going on the IL. We mentioned Smith Shaver. That's sad. Joey Bart for Pittsburgh. Concussion. So let's get him okay and back. This one was tough, Trev. Your guy Matt Vierling, 4 days back, and now he's going back on the IL with some shoulder inflammation. Kurtz, Nick for the A's. He's got a left hip flexor, so we'll get him. Derek Hill for your Marlins. So it's tough. This is where we go. This is where we pick things up. Coming back from the IL, it's DL Hall for Milwaukee. Remember the main piece of the Corbin Burns trade? We thought. Dick Fitz for Boston. Excuse me. Wenceel Perez for Detroit. Let's see. Who else we got? Corey Seager for Texas. Come on. Mike Trout expected tonight, baby. And this was actually a nice one. Robert Stevenson. Remember, he got the nice free agent contract. He basically been out for the Angels. He throws some fun pitches, and Angel fans, close your ears. Maybe a deadline guy. So we got some guys coming back. We are so back. Let's start everyone's weekend, Trev. Awards are brought to us by DraftKings. Baseball fans, it's happening. We're in the middle of it, the thick of the summer heat, and you can get in on the action at the DraftKings Sportsbook right now. New customers who use code JMBaseball can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll score $300 in bonus bets. From walk-off homers to no-hitters, you don't want to miss a pitch. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use the promo code JMBaseball. Bet just $5 on any wager. Get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Promo code JMBaseball only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Coach?
I am going with the party like it's 2019. Now, buckle up. That was 6 years ago.
Right.
In 2000 was 25 years ago. I still remember where I was when we thought the world was going to end with Y2K. Wow. Time just means nothing to me anymore because I don't want to think about it. That's how my brain is working,
Okay.
right? As you get older, it starts to scare you a lot more.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm talking about, though. I'm talking about Hunter Green,
Right.
and Bobby Witt Jr. facing up. I told you I really like the matchup. Hunter Green has been a stud, obviously. Gets Bobby Witt, I believe it was in the first inning. Gets him, strikes him out on a heater up above in the zone. Third at bat, Bobby Witt ambushes Hunter Green, hits a 99-mile-an-hour fastball that was on the corner, nails it down the right field line. It's like, dude, that's such a fun at bats. Like that's what baseball is made for. Like at bats against like those two players. And I started thinking there's a lot of similarities. Both these guys were the second overall pick. Now Hunter Green went in the 2017 draft. So I started like looking at these guys' draft class. The 2019 draft class is insane.
Yes.
Okay. Let's start with 2017. This is more typical. All-stars in that draft include Hunter Green, Trevor Rogers, interestingly enough, all-star, Elliot Ramos, nice, and Tanner Houck.
Sure.
Other guys in the draft, Royce Lewis, who I think is a really good baseball player, struggling now. He went 1 overall. Mackenzie Gore went in the third overall pick to the Padres, obviously. Other guys in that draft, like Jake Berger's there, Shane Boz is there. Kind of it. Joe Adell.
Sure.
So yeah, a decent first round
Right.
there. Like you got some players that you know. The 2019 draft, let me just starts with Adley Rutschman.
Yeah.
Went 1 overall. Then it went to Bobby Witt. Andrew Vaughn, which, he's been a solid player for the White Sox for a long time. J.J. Bleday by the Marlins now with the A's. Okay. All-stars from this. Adley Rutschman, Bobby Witt, Riley Green, C.J. Abrams, Josh Young, Alek Manoah, Corbin Carroll, George Kirby. That's not even mentioning Nick Lodolo, Shea Langeliers, Brett Beatty, who I think is going to turn into a really good player, Bryson Stott. And as we go down, Anthony Volpe at the end of the first round. 2019, this is a crazy, crazy draft class. And I saw it and I was like, this is just not typical. And I wanted to give an award. I don't know, man. Like there are times where the evaluators get it right. And this surely was one of those times, man. If I just name the top 12 guys, I think all of them are in the big leagues right now, which is crazy to me. I don't know. That's my award. I didn't have a ton on it. I just really wanted to emphasize how good it was.
Yeah, the MLB draft is it's kind of the Wild West. Like a lot of other leagues have the draft figured out. NBA is usually pretty good. I think there's some funny stuff right now that their 2020 draft was crazy, and that's because they couldn't scout. But the NBA, you have it sorted a little and you get some random guys. Baseball's still all over the board, man, and for the lifeblood of the sport, it's part of the randomness that the only thing I don't want to say I'm correcting you on it, but Andrew Vaughn has been a big disappointment for White Sox fans, but that's because he came after Adley Rutschman and Bobby Witt. That's really tough. And a couple picks before Riley Green that how often do we talk about Riley Green and we're like, damn, he's really good. That, a couple you're going to miss. It's just like how badly.
Andrew Vaughn's been like a big leaguer for them for a long time. That's kind of what you hope for in any draft pick. Yes. Did you miss out on Riley Green and some of these guys? Yeah. But I don't know if he's been a massive disappointment.
When I've mixed it up on White Sox Twitter, that seems to be what they've said.
Okay.
But yeah, man,
yes, third overall pick. I'll agree with you. How about that?
Yeah, man, and I guess what's exciting about this is there's guys that I still think are going to take off, like some of Lodolo's stuff, and yeah, man, is Michael Busch very good? Maybe. Minnesota Moose. I love it, Trev, because we can't really cover the draft because we have no clue. We would sound like fools. But it's cool to see when it comes to fruition like this. I will bring us home. And Trev, I told you I was going to get you rowdy today, and I'm excited that you're doing your first broadcast. Let's go. Coming off Memorial Day, I'm giving out the Proud to Be an American award. Because I know you are. I know you are.
It's the best country in the world.
Boom.
Go ask anyone that's not from here.
Trev, We try to be
Literally.
We try to be the best baseball show in the world, and I kind of think we are. So thank you guys. Subscribe, all that stuff. We haven't talked about the bad teams a lot. Like, Rockies have been historically bad. That in a way we have talked about them. Marlins, maybe our least talked about team, and that's because they should get an owner that makes that team the most fun franchise in baseball, and instead they are the opposite. So sorry to our Marlins fans. There's a team, Trev, that I think might be our least talked about team. Like even the Pirates we've disrespected and we're sad about. Like they should be better. You can hop around to every team, and I feel like they've had their moment in the sun. My Nationals are playing a pretty good brand of baseball, and they've got a fun collection of young dudes on the field on any given night. And dude, like, how many times have I hopped on here and I've given my Braves speech, and I'm like, when are the Braves going to happen? And are there, it's going to happen. They're the Atlanta Braves. Well, right now they're a half game better than the Nationals. So I need to give my Washington Nationals some love. And James Wood, we did that. He is becoming a dude's dude in this league. 2.5 WAR on the season, and he is obliterating baseballs. He's 22 years old. He's 6'7". Like where James Wood could end up in this league could be very special territory. We did a little CJ Abrams talk. 138 OPS plus a 506 slug. He's 24 years old. Like you look around this team, the pitching has some exciting, like Jake Irvin is pitching well. Mackenzie Gore is leading baseball in strikeouts. This isn't going to be the Nats year. I think Nats fans will tell you that. But I think the Nats year is coming, and I hope it's next year because I think they're a team. We opened up the team profile and projection for the Nats this year, and we didn't get excited. And we thought we were gonna, and that kind of hurt us a little bit. And it's because I think this team is still flawed, and their record still tells you that. They're playing good in their last 10. I think it's a fun watch that, like, this should be, if you have one of the not winning teams in baseball this year, this is what you want. Like, the future is looking good. If Dylan Cruz kicks into gear, like, and this team has money, and they've paid players before that I think they're going to do it again because I think this young core is actually happening. That I wanted to give the Nats some love because I had all this dancing around and the Braves are going to happen and my D-backs and blah, blah. Nationals are fun. And if they keep playing like this, like that's when you really start to daydream. So probably not for this year. But I'm proud to be an American in our nation's capital.
I mean, we've been saying this for a couple of years. Like we know it's coming, and they've brought a lot of those guys up. Robert Hassel III is up there. Obviously, Dylan Cruz has spurts where you see the light bulb going off, but it's going to take some time. But yeah, I mean they have players there. I think that. I mean, for them to really compete in the league that they're in, the division that they're in, I don't exactly know what has to happen. I think they might need to add some starting pitching to really, get in there. We mentioned they had a couple guys twirling the pill a little bit for them, but to complete a rotation, I think is something they'd have to do. Our guy Jackson Rutledge, who was their 2019 draft pick, he's on the team right now. I wanted to throw that out there.
Okay.
Had a rough last outing against the Mariners, but before that, a 2.95 in the bullpen. Yeah, like there's a lot of fun players on this team. I agree. Let's give them 2026. If it's not 2026, I'll actually be upset.
Right, that's the problem.
Which means that they have to go be active in the offseason, which means they might need to make some trades at the deadline this year.
That'll be interesting because it's what's available and what can you do. And speaking of trades, and it's part of the reason I also want to bring it up because Robert Hassel III, R.H. Trace, he's called up, and he's the final piece called up from that. The guy we talked about on our new Slump Watch, Soto. CJ Abrams, looking pretty good. Mackenzie Gore, looking pretty good. James Wood, if you're going to trade away a future Hall of Famer, I mean, this is now going to be the mold because, whoa. And I guess, hey, This started off nice for Nats fans, and you and me, now I'm looking like the Uncle Sam. Hey, if you get this kind of return from a trade, go win and sign guys. Like, a window is opening, and we've talked about it a lot, but a window can close fast. So, Nats, enjoy it this year. Find out about your young guys, and then let's get some expectations in the Capitol.
Yeah, Robert Hassel III got his first homer. Good for him.
Nice. Holy smokes. Plain Trev cooked today. Impressive stuff from the coach. We'll see if we can get his notes on the Substack. Hopefully you guys have a good weekend. Stay up late. Watch Yankees Dodgers. I don't normally do this to you guys. It's going to be a fun one. I hope. I stink.
Yordan Alvarez supposed to come back this weekend.
Jake sucks.
Cutter. Lars Nootbaar.
Oh my! 7-second hang time.
1, 2.
You know about a little bit something about 7 and hanging, don't you?
Come on.
Come on.
Kids that
Love you,
listen.
Pop.